Okay, I am a bit nervous. I am very nervous, but we will get on to it. Well, anyway, hello, it's Ecclesi. It's been a long time since I last uploaded. A lot of things happened, really. But never mind that. I'm here to explain what I mean about why I marinate some of my sketches. Well, it's simply because there are times that I can think of a better idea the next day. You see, there are situations where I felt like a mountain fell out of the sky to hit every single one of my brain cells, and because of that, it greatly affects my artworks. But the worst part of that is sometimes I don't notice that my frustration is getting into my art. Like my freaking spirit of frustration just possess any art that I do, and sometimes I just don't notice that. I know that sounds so foolish, but I can get so overly distracted that I even thought that everything is turning out alright. You see, I had this commission, like a month ago, and this is the sketch. This is the first sketch that I did. And not gonna lie to you, I actually thought that this sketch is really, really good. This sketch that you're seeing right now is good to me. I'm like, this is good. This is flowy. This is nice, and I really, really like this. But my dude, that's flowy? That's flowy to you? Like, come on, that looks so stagnant. But even so, I still sent that statued looking of a sketch to my client, and they kinda approve it. So I was happy. But I will say, I did had second thoughts about the sketch at some point. But I'm like, meh, that's good enough. If my client thinks it's okay, then that's okay. So, the next day, I sat down so I could proceed to the next process of this art. And when I saw this sketch, a giant train of realization hit my stupid head. I'm like, I sent this sketch to my client! What was I thinking? What was I doing yesterday? Why would you send this? Why? I know the art isn't that super horrendous, like it wasn't barf out from a frog and then use it as a tissue paper, but still, I know I can do better. I know I can. And the client literally paid for it. They even sent a tip in advance. And that's what I'm gonna give him? Unacceptable! So I couldn't advance with this sketch. So I restarted everything. And this time, I made sure that my head was in the right place. I wasn't super stressed that time because I took this opportunity as a way for me to learn how to make this better. And now look at the sketch right now. Look at the new sketch compared to the old one. Isn't that a bit better? Isn't that not a, it's actually much more better than before. The client liked it better too, so it was all good. Heh, says here goof. Uh, I then realized sometimes it's okay to let the sketch sit for one day before proceeding. Well, one, because I was feeling frustrated during the time I was starting out, and two, I could make it better the next day, and maybe even create a better idea. Hello, editing Euclides here. I just want to add up information that sometimes we have this mentality that our first sketch or our first drawing should be really good. Like, not even sometimes. Personally, for me, I always have this mentality that the first sketch should be phenomenal. Like as if you're seeing a meteor shower for the first time. Because of that stupid standard that I put onto myself, sketching has become the most stressful art process that I have to do. And that's not good. That's not healthy at all. It takes the fun out of it. Drawing should be enjoyable. Drawing should be fun. It's not supposed to feel like you're carrying a massive train on your back. That's not good at all. So then I just accept. I just have to learn to accept that the first sketch won't be as good. And that's normal because that's the first sketch. Like I mentioned, most likely the first sketch will turn out to be bad because you're much likely to be rusty. Just that's why we do warm-ups and stuff. I don't know why I expect myself to make my sketch look perfect as possible. Like chill. That's the first sketch, man. It's not supposed to be super phenomenal or something. It's not supposed to be so fantastic. It's a sketch. First sketch. Chill. Chill. So I want to say that it's okay. It's okay that your first sketch that might look bad. So I speak like a robot. I mean to say it's okay. It's okay that your sketch that may look, dull or something like. It's okay. It's okay that the first sketch will not look as good as you may think it would. Finally! So yeah, I just wanna add that information. I'm sorry if I stuttered at the end, like I'm glitching. Something unfortunate happened today, but that's okay. Let's get back to you. Our brain functions well when we're not stressing out, and therefore creating a better art. That should be obvious though. But still really hard to follow through, especially when sometimes we thought that we are okay when we're actually not. However, even though stress or frustration doesn't play a huge part in this, it is still better to wait and see if you can do better tomorrow with fresh, new eyes. Because, there's a huge chance that your first idea will be super generic. And for me, most of the time, the first sketch is like a giant poo. Sometimes hard poo just gotta get out first before, diamonds, I guess. Now, I want to make things super clear. You don't have to marinate all of your sketches. I can hear you say, "Look, Lacey, do I have to marinate all my sketches?" And to that, I will say, yes. JK already said no, you don't have to. Little sketches, doodles, warm-ups, and simple sketches are fine. I only marinate the ones that are commissions. Art that needs more attention, maybe like making comics, concept art. It's a good idea to keep generating idea, especially for concept artists. Now, should you start marinating your sketch? Well, I would say give it a try. I'm not saying that this is the only way and you must do this. Hey, if you're comfortable doing other ways and you're doing just fine, then do that. Just take this advice as another option, like another candy in a jar. I'm just putting it there, and if you don't like it, that's fine. Okay, now that it's out of the way, um, hmm, what can we talk about next? Oh yeah, we can talk about the character for a bit and my thought process for the rendering part. Again, this isn't my character, this is the character of my dear client, and her name is Monica Lopez. I hope I'm saying that right. She is a kudere, very reserved, except around her boyfriend. So, she's very, she's kind of like me. No, actually, that's a joke. No, 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 no. Oh no, and anyone who knows me, they know I'm lying. What I mean about that, I can be so reserved and behave. That's a wrong word. I can be, reserved as well, just like her. But except for those who knows me, and especially my boyfriend, that's what I relate to. She's like, oh, she's quiet to everyone else, but she is it when it comes to my boyfriend. I'm like that, okay, to my boyfriend, but I'm also like that to my family. So, yeah, I can be reserved when it comes to other people. When even to my friends, I guess I can be well more reserved because I am not yet ready to let them know how crazy I am. Anyway, when I saw this design, when the client sent me this, I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so fabulous. She looks so cool. She's so pretty. I was so excited. I was over the moon because every time I receive a commission that has this hair, the hair, look at that, look at that luxurious hair. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna do this as soon as possible. I just wanna get on with it. And oh, by the way, Monica is from a comic series that my client is working on. It's called A Touch of Fire series, and I will link down the comics group down in the description below if you guys want to check that out. If you really love her design, you can go check her there. Okay, we are going to talk about the rendering part, and let's start here with the one we are seeing right now. The sleeve part, that was really tricky. That was really tricky, my dude. Because the way I color my art is I use the paint bucket tool basically. So paint bucket tool means, you know, you're dependent on line art. Like the whole line art should be in this one layer so that you could be able to color them in a very solid way, because if they're not close together, they're just gonna pop up everywhere, and that is annoying. So about that sleeve, it was really tricky because it's transparent. So I need the arm, the line art arm and the sleeve line art together in one layer, and you have no idea how confused I was in the line art part, and especially the coloring part, because there are times that, wait, is this the arm or am I coloring the sleeves? I was like, what which one, where's the other side of the arm? I was like, what am I doing? It gives me this confusion because they're so conjoined together, and look, especially with that pose, like especially that shush pose, it's like, oh no, where is it? What am I coloring? Is it the sleeve? Is it the arm? I do not know. And it doesn't actually help that much because okay, let me repeat that. It doesn't help that I'm not really good at transparent things, like that, something see-through, that see-through clothing. I'm still working on that. And I think that doesn't look bad at all. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm not really good at see-through clothing, but yeah, this is it. Okay, the sleeve part was definitely the most trickiest one. And yeah, so where are we? I think we're in the hair. Oh yeah, this is the hair rendering part, and this is the best one of all. It was so satisfying to render the hair. However, I did still struggle on rendering the lighter hair, the blonde part. I have a problem at lighter hair. When I render lighter hair, they seem to be more difficult than the darker ones. I find it more hard because I have this OC, I have this original character, and he has this light green hair. He always had that light green hair. And at that time, I actually really suck at rendering hair. I really suck at it. There's no cap. I suck at it. And at the same time, I also suck at rendering lighter hair. So combined with those two, you get a disastrous render of a hair. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So because of that, I made a decision to change his hair. I made it darker green, like more even darker. Even it almost looks like black. Well, not really, but it's dark. It's a darker green, and in a way, it does help me to figure out the shadows more. I know that's kind of weird. It's really weird. Shouldn't it be more easier to lay down the shadows to the lighter colors rather than the darker ones? Well, I'm only like this when I render hair, but when it's skin, when it's clothing, when it's other stuff, I'm fine at rendering at lighter tones, but in when it comes to hair, I struggle I struggle on rendering the lighter ones, and I don't struggle so much at the darker ones. So yeah, I changed my my OC's hair to dark green because I struggle so much at it. Part of the reason why I'm struggling so much with this part of the hair is because I am trying so hard to avoid it looking like a yellowish corn hair. I don't like that. Well, for obvious reason, because the character, the reference, doesn't have that color at all. And yeah, I'm not really also a big fan of yellowish thing. Too much yellow, like I guess. But anyway, I was trying to decide whether if I go with a more saturated shading of the darker hair, or should I go for muted one. I hope you understand that explanation, but I went for the more muted one because it well, I like it better, and it doesn't look too yellow. Because when I like the saturated one, but it kind of looks like it's kind of leaning more towards yellowy to me, at least to my eyes. So yeah. Okay, this is the summary speed paint of this art. I got tired, okay? I got tired from talking. I needed to rest. So yeah, this was really fun. This is probably one of my favorite commission that I ever worked on. I really took time on this one. It was really fun, and yeah.